Hey, it's Biddy Penny, and I'm here with Tailor-Made Cards for You design team video. What? Guys, I'm so excited. So, yes, I am going to be joining the design team for the next few months, and I'm going to be using all of the fabulous products to make lots of cards for you. So, I'm so excited. I wanted to do a little bit of a different project here today, just as my jumping off point, but I am so excited. So I'm going to be using this kit, which is a farmer's market kit from the shop, as well as these really cute price tags. And I cut everything out, and I am going to be making like a tag flip book. This one I'm making for fall and gratitude. I feel like this year has been extremely difficult for our family, and the way I stay grounded and happy is by counting my blessings. So I wanted to make this little harvest flip book where I can record the many blessings one a day, and I love the results. It was so cute. So when I make a flip book, let's talk about it. So these are like A2 size cards that come in the kit, and they are going to be like the foundation. So when I make a book like this, I want to have a foundation. Now I'm showing you there that everything's printed on white paper, and it's gonna be okay. So the foundation for me are the recipe cards, and then I brought in a little bit of paper, right, from my stash. Now, since this is my foundation, then I'm going to make sure that all of these line up with one another perfectly. Okay, because nothing's going to be wider or bigger than these cards. So as long as all of these have the hole punched evenly, then everything will line up. So that is a secret of a tag book, if that matters to you. Maybe you want everything a little more uneven, but that is how I do it. So I punched holes everywhere, and then I sorted out all of my stuff. So I like to make piles, and then I kind of use somewhat of a pattern in compiling all of the things together. Again, for me and the way my brain works, it's still fun and funky and like a junk journal almost, but at the same time, there's some order to it. And again, using something like those recipe cards and lays my foundation for me. So that always starts my new pattern. And then I know I want one of these and one of those and the other thing. And so maybe this will help you, but I knew I needed at least, 31 or more places to journal. And so here we go. I'm doing my first flip and getting an idea for how I like it. Looks good. Okay, I think my pattern is going to work for me. So then what I do is I flip my book over and I work the back side. So when I printed these, of course, I could have printed pattern on the back side like a tea-dye pattern, or I could have printed it on tea-dyed paper. But I wanted to print it on cardstock so it would all be sturdy. And I knew, because I've done this a few times, that I have a process for this. I have a process for resolving the white issue, right? So I'm going to go through here, and I'm just going to start embellishing the back sides of all of these. So there's interest on all different sides and all through the book, but still also a place for someone to write. So I haven't decided yet if this will be my flip book or if I'll post it in my Etsy shop. I don't know. I'm kind of like really in love with it. So it may be my gratitude journal, but we'll see. So I had so much fun with this kit. Now I've been playing with Monica's products from the Taylor-Made Cards for You shop for a while. and I have enjoyed them all thoroughly. I think because she has, by the way, if you haven't seen her YouTube channel, it's amazing. It's so full of so many videos with so many ideas and so much inspiration. And I think because she herself is such an avid crafter, that she makes products for us that we can then take and really use, and for all the kits that I've had so far, it's like I make something like this and then I'm like, yeah, but I have like 5 more ideas of what I can do with this. So I love that about it, and I just love all the things that she adds and the possibilities. So I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be on this team. There are amazing crafters on this team. And right now, the design team for September is doing this really cute, like male themed return to sender themed kits. And they're working with 3D items. They did journals. They're doing all kinds of really neat things. So definitely go look it up, check it out. You won't be disappointed. Some of the design team members are on Instagram, YouTube, they have blogs. So they're kind of all over the place. They're on Facebook groups. And it's really just a neat community. And I'm so honored to be a part of it. So here I am. I wanted to leave all of this in. I sped it up so we wouldn't be here all day, even though I know I wouldn't mind that, but I know you got things to do. So I sped it up so you could just see me make this book from start to finish. I took these little, these were cut aparts from the paper pad that I had pulled in, and I stuffed some of those sentiments in the little envelopes because I thought it would be so fun for someone who's journaling. They could take those out and use it as a journaling prompt. Some of the stuff I'm using here, like that fall themed paper, is from Michael's from years ago, right? I'm trying to use what's in my stash. The cookbook pages are a vintage cookbook, and what I had done is I flipped through it and I looked for things that were fall-based food. So I pulled from the poultry section, which had, how to roast a turkey and a chicken and make stuffing. And, so I'm very intentional sometimes about the things that I pull in. I like the randomness, but there definitely has to be a theme. Again, I think if you use a kit like the one I used here today and that I'm featuring, it gives your project a very cohesive feel. And to me, that's important. Like, I love junk journals. I love seeing what people can come up with, but sometimes for me and my brain, it's a little too random. So when I'm pulling in from different places, I still want it to be coordinated with the theme and the idea of what I'm creating. All right, so these are also a part of the same kit. I love these. So I am going to take my cardboard and I am going to just use a pencil and draw around, and that's going to tell me how big this needs to be and where to cut it. So I like doing this, and here I want to show you, like, you can only get one of those from that sheet of paper, but if you turn it sideways, you can get 2. And then when you draw your lines for this, butt that right next to that one so that you only have to cut that line once, right, for the 2 panels. So this green was my favorite, and I thought it was just so lovely. So I cut 2 panels out of that, and then I'm doing one of the others. And I thought they just turned into the cutest little covers. So here you can see I am just trimming along the pencil line with my scissors. Of course you can measure all this, but sometimes you want like I wanted a specific part of that page that had the writing on it. Okay, so I use my Crop-A-Dial to punch a hole. And again, this is the same principle as the recipe cards. Punch your hole in unison for the front and the back cover. And even you could hold your recipe card there and make sure so that you know it's all going to line up. Okay, so I use some art glitter glue, and then I love this paddle from We Are Memory Keepers, because when I use liquid glue, I don't like there to be lines from the glue. And so I just make sure to smooth everything out with that paddle. Okay, and it's important to punch your holes as you go, right? You don't want to cover and glue down 2 sheets of paper and then you can't find your hole again. So you glue down a sheet of paper, you punch your hole in that sheet of paper, then you're going to glue down this one, and that way when you flip it over, you can find your hole and where you need to punch it again. So just little tips along the way in case you haven't made a tag book before and you want to. Then I find that these are the most effective ways. Okay, so I do the same process for this, and then I'm going to put my book together. And one thing I love to do with my tag books is I like to bring in some ribbon, and this kind of just holds everything in place. So it makes the book a little more travel friendly, and depending on where you keep it or where you take it, everything stays together. Otherwise, because you're just using that one ring, it can slide all around and get a little unkept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this ribbon with an eyelet to the back board. So I need to bring in my big crocodile, right? I have two. I have the little, they're so handy and so amazing that I have also this big one, which is perfect for projects like this. So I'm going to punch my holes in these, and I made sure my ribbon was even. And I try to punch a hole in this. It doesn't need to be like perfect. I just need to be able to get the eyelet through. So I wanted to show you here, like a regular crocodile is not going to reach that. So you're going to have to use other tools to fasten it. And then now I have a tidy way to keep my book together. It's so much fun. Guys, these are a blast to make. Like if you do the sorting ahead of time and you sort out everything, you get your holes punched, they go pretty fast. I think this book took me about an hour to make, just to give you perspective, which is pretty amazing. That includes my cut time of my paper and everything. And one of the things I love about these is that, when I sell them in my shop and when I make them and give them to friends, they can take that ring and move things wherever they want, or they can hole punch a picture or, an invitation, a ticket stub, whatever they want. Most people have a standard hole punch. They can punch it out, a hole in it, and put it in their book. And I love that. Like one of the things I love about making journals and books like this is making sure that it's in a format like a flow book or like this ring bound, where the recipient can make it their own. And I just think that's so fun. They can rearrange the papers. They can do whatever they want. So I had been playing with putting that farmer's market tag on the front, and in hindsight, I wish I did, but I went with this instead because it is a gratitude journal, and I wanted that to show around the ribbon. So we're going to do a very quick flip through here, and you'll get an idea about what it looks like. Again, I know there's still a lot of white in pages in this book, but that's okay because those are going to give someone ample room to write or glue in things that they want and make it their own. Some people aren't going to want to, write on patterned paper. So this gives them lots of space. So me and this pumpkin paper keep going back and forth. It's kind of funny, but I'm going to leave it like that. I hope you enjoyed this. I am so excited to be on this team. I am so excited to join and share all of the wonderful products. I'm going to link the products I used today in the description below, and I hope you'll come back and join me. I'll have a lot of projects starting in October. Thanks. Bye.